Today on September 4th, Archangel Michael says, it's urgent to expose this. Someone wants to marry you. The name will shock you. Open quickly. Archangel Michael says, my beloved child, the heavens have been trembling with a truth that can no longer stay hidden. Today, on this 6th day of August, I am sent to tear away the veil and reveal what's been building in silence behind your back. Someone has been secretly planning to marry you, and the name of this person will shake you to your core. From the moment this day began, whispers from the spiritual realm grew louder. Angels stood watch around you while forces unseen moved closer, preparing to make a revelation that would forever alter your destiny. A divine clock has struck, meaning you are standing on the edge of an unchangeable truth, one that must be exposed before it's too late. Every heartbeat you've felt lately has not been your own. It has been the pull of this mysterious presence, someone whose intentions have been hidden in shadows. For weeks, maybe even months, they have been weaving a quiet plan, circling your life without you realizing the depth of their commitment. But now, the veil lifts, and nothing will ever be the same. Archangel Michael says, I have been sent not to frighten you, but to prepare you for a storm of emotion that is about to hit your heart. There is love wrapped inside this urgency, but there is also a warning. Because the one who wishes to marry you carries secrets, and only truth can free you from the confusion they bring. The morning began like any other, yet in unseen dimensions, an urgent council of angels gathered. They spoke your name, spoke of the tension that has been clouding your destiny. The light of heaven saw how close you came to missing this revelation, how darkness tried to delay it. But the divine will refuse to let it stay buried any longer. Somewhere, not far from where you are now, a person sits, holding a pen over paper, practicing how they will write your name beside theirs. Their mind races with possibilities of a future entwined with yours, yet their actions are not purely innocent. They have told no one the full truth, not even themselves. Archangel Michael says, I can see the moment clearly. Their hands tremble as they imagine standing beside you, promising forever. But I must show you what's been concealed, the parts of their heart they hoped you'd never discover before you said yes. This is why heaven has forced this revelation today. The energy around your home has shifted. Subtle signs you ignored suddenly make sense. Unexplained messages, lingering glances, strange dreams of someone trying to hold your hand in the dark. These weren't coincidences. They were fragments of this hidden plan to bind themselves to you in marriage. Behind closed doors, meetings have taken place. Conversations with family, discussions with friends you haven't heard about. Here's a quiet but deliberate move to step closer into your life, to take a position by your side forever. But what chills the angels is not the idea of marriage, it's the silence that surrounds their true motives. You may think you know everyone in your life well enough to predict their feelings, but this revelation defies logic. It's not the person you suspect, not the one who casually flirts or openly admires you. This is someone you least expected, someone who has mastered the art of hiding affection so deeply that you never saw it until this moment. Archangel Michael says, do not take this lightly. The heavens shook me awake to bring you this message because decisions are being made about your future without your knowledge. Before another hour passes, you need to know who they are and why they've chosen this path. If you've felt restless, unable to sleep, sensing eyes watching you from the unseen. This is why. If you've noticed sudden kindness from someone who once ignored you, or strange messages disguised as friendly concern, know this. Their intentions are not fleeting. They are preparing for a union they believe destiny has sealed. And yet, in the stillness of divine vision, there is danger. Not danger meant to harm you physically, but danger that could bind you to a promise built on half-truths. The angels cannot allow your life to be tethered to hidden shadows. Love, pure and divine, does not live in secrecy. Archangel Michael says, "I will guide you through every detail. I will not allow confusion to control you. But you must open your spirit fully now, because the name I am about to reveal carries power, and it will shake your understanding of loyalty and affection." The presence has been circling for longer than you realize. Years, perhaps, have suppressed longing. Silent prayers have been whispered about you in quiet rooms. A plan, both romantic and unsettling, has been growing like roots beneath the soil of your daily life. You've been marked by this unseen intention. Marked by eyes that watch, by dreams that try to speak, by fate that has been trying to collide with you. This isn't a random encounter, it's a design that heaven has watched unfold, and only today have they commanded it be revealed. But here lies the twist. This isn't a straightforward proposal, there's complexity, a dual nature in this person's desire. Part of them loves you genuinely, deeply, with an unshakable devotion. Yet another part is tied to fear, to circumstances they believe only you can heal. Marriage, to them, is not only love but also escape. Archangel Michael says, understand this well, they believe uniting with you will save them from something they cannot face alone. Their heart longs for you, yes, but there's a shadow of desperation. You must know the truth before they step forward publicly, before the world sees you standing beside someone you do not fully understand. Even as you read this, plans are moving. A ring, not yet shown, waits in a small box hidden away. Conversations about you have already reached ears you trust. A quiet agreement has been made with someone you know, a confidant who carries their secret, unsure how you'd react if the truth escaped too soon. Signs have been everywhere, photos where they stood a little too close, messages that felt strangely weighted, silences that lingered like unspoken confessions. You thought it was nothing, but heaven says it was everything. And now, Michael whispers, the name, a name tied to your story, a name you've heard countless times without realizing its significance. It belongs to someone who's been closer than you think, someone who smiles when you enter the room, who fades into the background when conversations turn too personal. This revelation will not be gentle. It will strike like lightning. You may doubt it at first, may think there's no way they've carried such intentions silently, but Michael assures you, truth cannot stay buried forever. The heavens watch closely, knowing that once this name is revealed, your path will change. Choices must be made, whether you accept or walk away. Destiny demands you face this before any vow is exchanged. Archangel Michael says, prepare yourself, my beloved child. Do not let fear overtake you, this is not to break you. It is to free you from uncertainty. You deserve a love built on light, not half-truths whispered in dark corners. Even now, the person is hesitating. They feel the weight of their secret trembling inside them. The angels sense their racing heartbeat, their restless thoughts, their desperation to confess yet fear of rejection. But heaven has made the decision for them. Before they can speak, the divine has spoken through this message. Before they can plan the proposal, you will already hold the truth. The balance of power shifts back to you, where it always belonged. This is your moment of clarity, your chance to see through veiled intentions and step into your future fully aware. The one who wants to marry you may believe they control the narrative. But Michael stands beside you, tearing the story wide open, making sure you write the next chapter on your own terms. The script continues unfolding with detailed visions of this person's hidden actions, the timeline of their plan, how angels have been intervening to protect you, the emotional battle they face in silence, moments where destiny almost exposed them but failed until now, and how Archangel Michael will guide you step by step toward the moment of truth over 10,000 words, maintaining suspense. 3-sentence paragraphs, and a deeply engaging tone until the dramatic revelation of the name and what you must do next. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. You're not imagining the signs, that subtle shift in the energy when they walk into a room. The sudden quiet, the flickering eye contact, the way their voice softens when your name is mentioned. All of it has been their silent confession. They've been hoping no one would notice. But heaven noticed. The angels stood behind you every time they watched you from a distance, whispering prayers in their heart that you might somehow know what they are hiding without them having to say it. Archangel Michael says, "There was a day you wore white, and their heart ached seeing you smile." You didn't know it, but in their mind, they imagined walking down an aisle with you. A day with the beginning of the promise they made silently to themselves. This person tried to move on. They entertained others. They laughed, dated, distracted themselves, but nothing felt right. No hand felt like yours, no voice calmed their storms the way yours did. There was a moment when they were about to give up entirely. They had written a long message they planned to send, revealing their feelings and asking for your hand. But fear got the best of them, and they deleted it seconds before it could reach you. And then came the dreams. The dreams that wouldn't let them rest. Night after night, they saw you, sometimes crying, sometimes glowing in light, sometimes walking away. The angels gave them those dreams to waken their spirit, to push them toward the truth. Yet still, they remained silent. Archangel Michael says, "The heavens allowed the delay for a reason. We needed you to be strong enough to hear it, and they needed time to be sure. Today is the divine appointment. The secret can no longer remain caged. Even now, they are pacing, holding something small, perhaps a ring or a letter. They're speaking to someone they trust, rehearsing words they may never say aloud. And while all of this is happening, you sit unaware of the storm about to unfold. A storm made not of chaos, but of love wrapped in fear and longing wrapped in silence. But not everything about this is light, because the person who wants to marry you has been hiding something else too. Not just love, but a secret that, if left uncovered, could bind you to pain disguised as devotion. This is what the angels could not allow. They believe marrying you will save their soul. That you are the light to redeem them from a past they've never faced. But you are not here to be a savior. You are here to be loved in truth, not depended upon in desperation. Archangel Michael says, this person's love is real, but wounded. It comes with chains you cannot see. If you are not told the full truth, their pain will become your prison. So, listen carefully. Their name has already come into your life before. Maybe through a family connection. Maybe from a friend circle. Maybe from a quiet figure who's always nearby, but never steps too close. They are not random. They are woven into your past and they are trying to force themselves into your future. You'll begin to notice a pattern. Sudden appearances. Unexpected messages. A softness in their voice when no one else is listening. Conversations that linger longer than necessary. Glances that hold questions they are too scared to ask. But it's not just affection. It's an emotional battle. They're fighting something they haven't told anyone. A fear of being alone. Of never finding someone who sees them the way you do. They believe you're the only person who ever truly looked at them. Archangel Michael says, they're convinced the universe placed you in their life to save them. And while their soul may cry out in longing, I must protect your heart, love should lift you, not burden you. Marriage should be freedom, not a rescue mission. And that is why this message arrives before they make their move. Because time is running out. The engagement plan is forming. The conversation with your family has already begun, and if you don't awaken now, you will step into something you didn't choose. Because they will present it as destiny, without revealing the entire truth. Even if your heart is moved by their love, even if your soul feels the pull, you must ask one thing: are they coming to you out of love? Or out of need? Because the answer will shape your fate. Archangel Michael says, the person who wants to marry you is not evil. But they are not yet whole. You must see both the beauty and the brokenness. Only then can you decide if this is truly your path. You may already be seeing their face in your mind. Feeling the chills rise across your arms. You may be tempted to dismiss it. To think this is just imagination. But deep down you know. You've always known. Remember that day you cried without reason. That wasn't your sorrow. It was theirs. Their soul was reaching for yours. Trying to speak the words they could never say aloud. You felt it in your body before your mind understood. Because the spiritual bond already began without your consent, Archangel Michael says, their love is knocking. But you must decide if the door opens. And that can only happen when the whole truth is on the table. They think they're protecting you by hiding their past. But what they don't know is that silence is more dangerous than truth. Your silence could destroy you. Your honesty could set you both free. And today is the day you must hear it all. Because tomorrow might be too late. There is a place you've been before. A cafe. A park. A quiet hallway. That holds an unspoken memory between you and this person. Every time you were there, something in the air shifted. They wanted to speak but couldn't. They wanted to reach for your hand but froze in fear that you'd pull away. This has happened more than once. Multiple meetings where the universe aligned for truth to surface. yet it slipped away like sand between fingers. Heaven watched each moment, hoping for courage to win over silence. Archangel Michael says, they have written your name hundreds of times in their journal. They've traced it with trembling hands, whispering prayers for a future they cannot yet see. But fear became their prison and silence their only escape. Even as you read this, the journal lies hidden. Torn pages, smudged ink, written confessions they never intended anyone to see. Yet destiny planned for those words to one day reach you, maybe through a friend, maybe through divine intervention. The angels have been guarding those pages because inside them lies both love and truth. A road map to their intentions, but also to the secrets they've buried beneath. At night, they sit awake, scrolling through pictures of you they've saved quietly. Their heart aches knowing they are near yet far from your embrace. They imagine moments that have never happened. A shared dance, whispered goodnights, mornings where your smile is the first thing they see. But there's something else they fear. A shadow from their past that could shatter everything. This is why they've hidden so long, why every step closer feels like stepping into fire. Archangel Michael says they believe marrying you will erase the past. They think that once you are theirs, the darkness chasing them will vanish, but heaven does not work through illusions. Truth must be faced before any bond is sealed. Your life is precious. The divine has protected your soul through storms you didn't even know existed. It will not allow you to be bound to hidden chains that could crush your spirit later. This is why angels intervene now. Because you deserve to choose, not be deceived. Not be tricked by silence, but to know fully what future stands before you. Their family knows part of the plan. Quiet conversations have been exchanged, friends have been sworn to secrecy. A gift has been bought in your name. Yet, even they do not know the full truth. This person walks a tightrope between honesty and fear. They tell half-truths to others, claiming it's not the right time to reveal their feelings. But deep inside, they are waiting for a sign they believe only heaven can give. Archangel Michael says, today is the sign. The heavens are shouting, not whispering anymore. You were not meant to discover this years from now when it's too late, you were meant to see it today to reclaim your destiny. Look back on your past encounters with them. The moments they stared but quickly looked away. The strange compliments. The hesitations. They were glimpses of the bond they've been trying to forge silently, but now silence ends. You will soon notice changes. Unexpected phone calls, sudden visits. A shift in how they speak to you. Nervous laughter. Trembling hands. Eyes that can't hide anymore. They are being spiritually pushed to confess because heaven is breaking their walls. And the name it is not foreign to you. It's been spoken in your home before. It's been written in your messages. Echoed in conversations. This person has been in your circle longer than you thought. Archangel Michael says, when you finally hear their name, your soul will know it's true. 1,000 memories will flood back in one instant. And you'll understand why angels have been screaming for you to see this truth. But even knowing their name is not enough. Because their love is entwined with a promise and a lie. There's a contract, spiritual or earthly. They've been hiding. something that binds them to a past commitment they've not fully broken. They believe they can marry you and quietly sever ties with the past. But heaven will not let that happen unseen. This is not to scare you. It's to save you. Archangel Michael says, your future must be built on clarity. No hidden chains. No silent battles disguised as romance. I will not allow your heart to bleed later for what can be exposed now. Even as this message reaches you, forces try to stop it. Shadows whisper in their ear to keep hiding, to delay the revelation. But angels outnumber darkness today. Your destiny cannot be stolen. Your choice cannot be manipulated. The truth will rise, even if it shatters illusions, even if it makes the ground shake beneath your feet. Prepare yourself. When this person steps forward, their words will sound like love songs, but you must look deeper. Listen not just to what they say, but to what they hide between breaths. Notice the hesitation when you ask about their past. Notice the way their hands shake when they imagine you knowing everything. Archangel Michael says, I will guide your discernment. You will see through every mask. You will hear the truth that lips cannot speak. And you will be given strength to decide what your soul truly desires. The name it is already forming in your mind. Do not push it away. Because when it is finally spoken aloud, heaven wants you ready, not to fall blindly, but to rise wisely into whatever destiny you choose next. The moment is closer than you think. Hours, not days, stand between you and this revelation. Already in a quiet room, not far from you, they are practicing what they will say. Every word feels heavy in their mouth. Every sentence a step closer to exposing what they've carried for so long. They stand by the window, watching the sky, wondering if destiny will give them courage. Your heart pounds louder than their thoughts. They clutch a small velvet box, a box that has held a ring waiting for months, untouched but never forgotten. Archangel Michael says, they've been watching you from the shadows of love, believing one day you would feel it without them speaking. But heaven does not work in riddles. Today, the angels push their silence into light. Even as you move through your day, you feel something is off. A strange pull in your spirit. A sudden rush of chills when you hear certain names. This is not coincidence. It is divine alignment forcing truth to surface. A memory flashes in your mind, one you always forgot, a night when you felt someone's eyes on you, yet you turned and saw no one. That was them. Watching, unsure how to cross the invisible wall between you. Another moment returns, an unexpected message that sounded casual but felt strange, like there was more behind the words. That was them too, testing the waters, hoping you'd see what they couldn't say aloud. Archangel Michael says, they've left you countless clues. Heaven watched as you uncovered the truth many times. But darkness whispered to them to stay quiet. That silence ends now. You'll soon notice a series of events aligning unnaturally. People you rarely hear from will suddenly mention this person's name. Conversations will circle back to them repeatedly. This is not coincidence. It's the spiritual realm placing the pieces where you can see them. There is a place you will unexpectedly visit, perhaps a market, a gathering, or a moment of travel, and they will be there, the universe has planned this encounter for weeks. They'll look at you differently this time, unable to mask what they feel. When this meeting happens, you will see something new in their eyes: fear, love, and surrender all at once. Your voice will shake, their words hesitant, yet there will be no turning back. Archangel Michael says, heaven will hold that moment in stillness. You will hear nothing but the sound of your own heartbeat and theirs colliding. And then, at last, the truth will be spoken. But you must remember, they do not come only for love, they come with a burden they believe only you can lift. A past mistake, a shatter they cannot escape without your presence. This is why you must listen to more than promises of forever. You must seek the truth hidden beneath the proposal. Behind every romantic gesture they've prepared, there is a story untold. A letter never sent, a confession locked behind tears they've shed alone. They imagine marriage will silence their demons, but heaven knows a resolved darkness never dies in silence. It spreads. Archangel Michael says, you are light. Your presence heals, but light must not be chained to hidden wounds. I will reveal every secret before you take a step toward this union. This person has spoken your name in secret prayers. Nights spent awake, begging heaven for another chance with you, even if you never knew it. Some of those prayers were pure, others desperate. They've told themselves that fate has chosen you both, but heaven says fate must be free of dissection to truly be divine. Soon, a message will arrive, not an ordinary one. It may come as a sudden text, a handwritten note, or even words spoken nervously in passing. On the surface, it will seem small, but your spirit will feel its weight. It will be their first attempt to finally break the silence. When this happens, the air around you will change. You'll feel a strange stillness, as if the entire world is holding its breath. That is heaven signaling that the long-hidden truth is finally cracking open. Archangel Michael says, do not fear what's coming. This is not a storm meant to destroy. It is lightning revealing what has always been in darkness. You will see clearly, and in that clarity, you will find strength. In that moment, whether you accept their hand or walk away, you will do it fully aware, never again blinded by silence, never again unaware of the name that has followed you like a shadow. You may think you've prepared for surprises before, but nothing matches the magnitude of what's about to unfold. Your destiny is being written in unseen hands, and angels are guiding every word, every encounter, every heartbeat until the final truth stands before you. Archangel Michael says, even as darkness tried to bind your future, heaven has already written victory. No hidden intention will take root without your knowing. Today is your awakening, and when this name is finally spoken aloud, it will echo, not just in your ears, but in your soul. You'll remember every strange dream, every quiet moment that didn't make sense before, every flicker of intuition you ignored. Nothing will remain hidden anymore. The destined day approaches like a whisper turning into thunder. The universe is no longer waiting. It's aligning every step, every breath, every chance encounter until the revelation cannot be stopped. Even now, unseen forces are moving pieces on a board you didn't know existed. This person is restless. They've been pacing their room for nights, unable to find sleep. Their heart beats with a wild mixture of fear and determination. They know they cannot hide anymore. Something within them, something divine, is pushing them toward the truth they've held back for far too long. Archangel Michael says, the heavens are pushing them forward. The silence they clung to is crumbling. Soon, every wall they built to hide their intentions will fall, and you will see everything clearly. Imagine this, a gathering of people, voices blending like soft murmurs in the background. You're there, unaware of what's about to unfold. The air feels different, heavy with something you can't name. From across the room, they stand watching you. Your hands tremble. Their breath is shallow. The ring they've carried for months feels like it weighs 1,000 pounds in their pocket. And then it happens, your eyes meet. In that single moment, time stops. A rush of memories floods in, moments you didn't realize were connected until now. The strange glances, the soft words, the inexplicable comfort you felt around them. They take a hesitant step forward, then another. The crowd fades into silence as if the world knows this is no ordinary encounter. Every angel watches, every heavenly force holding its breath. Archangel Michael says, "This is the moment we have prepared you for. Do not fear. You were meant to stand here, to face the truth, to finally see the name heaven had been waiting to reveal." The person's voice cracks when they speak. They struggle to find words, emotions swirling like a storm within them. Every sentence feels like it carries the weight of eternity. "I should have told you long ago," they begin. "But I was afraid. Afraid of losing you. Afraid of what you think if you knew everything." Gasps ripple through the room. Every heartbeat feels like a drone of destiny beating closer to its climax. They reach into their pocket, pulling out the ring they've kept hidden all this time. Tears well in their eyes, not from sadness, but from finally letting go of the burden they've carried alone. Then they speak the name, and the sound of it feels like lightning striking your soul. It's a name you know well. A name that's been around you, yet never fully revealed its connection to your fate. Memories surge, past conversations, unexpected encounters, hidden glances you now understand were never random. Archangel Michael says, "This is the truth. The name you hear now is not new to your life. It has been part of your story longer than you realized. Heaven could not allow you to walk blindly into this union." Everyone around you watches in stunned silence. They know this moment is not like any other proposal. There is something divine, something prophetic unfolding that no human hand could have scripted. And now, as they kneel, holding the ring out toward you, the choice becomes yours. Do you accept this future, this bond shaped by love but shadowed by secrets? Or do you step away, letting heaven lead you toward a love that holds no chains, only light? They look at you, eyes pleading for understanding. They whisper words only you can hear. "I was lost and only you made me believe in tomorrow. I hid my past because I thought it would drive you away. But I can't live without telling you anymore. I want to marry you if your heart will still have me." Archangel Michael says, "The angels do not control your choice. They only shine the light on what was hidden. Whether you say yes or walk away, know this: you are protected, guided, and free to shape your destiny." The crowd waits. The room feels like the heavens themselves have descended, holding still to witness your decision. And now your heart must answer. The angels know you will not make this choice lightly. They know you will feel the pull of destiny, but they also know your spirit is wiser than it has ever been. Archangel Michael says, "No matter what you choose, we stand by your side. We fought to bring this truth into the life for your freedom. There is no wrong path when you walk it in truth." The person trembles, waiting for your reply. They know this moment defines everything. The silence stretches, yet in that silence, there is power. The power of truth finally set free. Your eyes meet theirs one last time. Whatever comes next, the veil has been lifted. The hidden love, the secrets, the silent prayers all exposed beneath the gaze of heaven. And destiny, at last, belongs to you. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1. 20. The sound of their voice lingers in the air long after they speak your name. The room has gone silent, yet it feels as though 1,000 angels are present, standing unseen but felt in every heartbeat. Time seems to suspend itself in this moment of revelation. They kneel, trembling, their vulnerability laid bare before you and heaven alike. This is no ordinary proposal. It is a spiritual unveiling of truths long buried, of chains long hidden, of a destiny that's been secretly written in the background of your life. Archangel Michael says, "Child of light, this is not the end of the revelation but the beginning. The name you have just heard is only the surface of a much deeper truth that heaven will now unveil to you." As the ring glimmers faintly under the lights, flashes of memory strike you like lightning bolts. Moments where this person was nearby, moments you never noticed were pivotal to your journey. A rainy night when you were stranded and they appeared unexpectedly to help you. A celebration where they watched you silently from a distance, never daring to speak. A message they almost sent that could have changed everything but was deleted at the last second. All of these moments come rushing back, threading together into a tapestry of destiny you never realized was being woven. But not all these threads are bright. Some are shadowed. You see glimpses of their past, choices they made. Paths they walked that were never meant to cross yours until heaven intervened. Mistakes that left scars on their soul, wounds they believed only you could heal. Archangel Michael says, "This person's love for you is deep but it carries a heavy history." Heaven could not allow you to step into this union without seeing every hidden chain that might bind you in sorrow. In the vision, you see them standing alone in their room, night after night, battling with guilt and longing. They clutch the ring tightly, whispering prayers to the heavens, begging for another chance, pleading for you to one day forgive what they cannot forgive themselves for. The proposal is not simply a union of love. It is their attempt at redemption. They believe that by marrying you, they can erase their past mistakes. That by holding your hand, they can finally escape the darkness that has haunted them for years. But heaven knows redemption cannot be built on silence. Love cannot flourish in shadowed corners of truth. Archangel Michael says, if you were to accept this bond without knowing everything, your light would be forced to bear their darkness. That is not your destiny. Truth must rise before vows are spoken. The vision deepens, showing you moments where they nearly confessed before. A night by a fire where they opened their mouth to speak but swallowed the words. A letter they wrote, detailing everything, only to burn it before it reached you. A conversation with a close friend where your name was whispered, but never loud enough for you to hear. Now heaven reveals why. Yours a promise from their past. A bond made long before you, that has never been fully broken. It clings to them like a shadow, a spiritual tie that even they cannot fully understand. This is what the angels have been guarding you from. This is why your spirit has felt restless, sensing something just beyond your reach. Archangel Michael says, this hidden bond would have followed you into marriage, silently weaving chains around your joy. But heaven's light has shattered its power tonight by exposing it to you. You feel the weight of this revelation settle over your soul. This is not just a marriage proposal. It is a turning point in your destiny. The choice you make now will echo through eternity. The person before you begins to cry, not from rejection, not from shame, but from finally releasing what they've carried in silence for so long. They speak through tears, their voice trembling but honest. I was wrong to hide it all. I thought I was protecting you. I thought if I could just hold you, everything would heal. But I see now you deserve the truth first. They set the ring on the ground before you, their hands shaking. Even if you never take it, at least you will know I love you truly. Desperately, more than my own life. Archangel Michael says, child, their tears are real, their love is genuine. But heaven calls you to wisdom. Only you can decide if this wounded soul belongs beside you, or if your light must walk another path free from chains. The crowd holds its breath, knowing this is no ordinary proposal. This is a battle of destiny, love, truth, redemption, and divine timing all colliding in a single moment. You look into their eyes and see everything. The love, the pain, the regret, the hope. You feel the heavens leaning close, watching, waiting for your answer. Archangel Michael says, whatever you choose, know this, you are not alone. Angels will guide your steps, protect your heart, and carry you toward the Archangel Michael says, from this day forward, your destiny is no longer hidden. The path before you will shine brighter than ever before. Love, pure and divine, is coming to meet you, whether through this soul or through another chosen by heaven. The crowd fades. A moment souse. You feel a peace settle over your spirit, knowing that you have been freed from what could have been unseen bondage. Whatever answer you give, you know it will be guided by divine wisdom, not fear or deception. And as the angels rise above, their wings shimmering in heavenly light, you hear Michael's final words, child of light. You are chosen, protected, and loved. No force in this world or beyond can take what heaven has ordained for you. Walk boldly now, for your future belongs only to you. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. As the choice leaves your lips, whether it is yes or no, the air itself seems to respond. A wind no one else can feel brushes your cheek. It is not a breeze, but the breath of the angelic watching closely, signaling that a divine judgment has been passed, not of condemnation, but completion. You have done what so many failed to do. Choose with clarity. Choose with truth. Choose with the full light revealed. Archangel Michael says, "You stood at the edge of your destiny and did not flinch." Heaven is rejoicing. Whether your answer was union or separation, the veil is lifted, and you walk forward now with no unseen chains around your ankles. The person before you lowers their gaze. If you accepted them, tears stream down their face, humbled by grace, knowing that you love them even after truth was laid bare. If you declined, they do not argue. They do not beg. They understand. Their pain is real, but so is their freedom, because now they, too, are no longer hiding. Later that evening, when you're alone, you feel a warmth fill the room. Not the heat of emotion, but something holy. A gentle glow, soft as candlelight, surrounds your shoulders. You close your eyes and know Michael is near. Not in form, but in presence. You hear the whisper in your soul, "I never left. I was always beside you. Every decision you made in truth, I guided your hand. And now your path will be brighter than ever before." He shows you visions, glimpses of your future. If you chose to walk away from the person, you see your own strength rising. A new door appears, brighter than anything before. A person not burdened with past weight is being prepared for you. Their face is not yet shown, but their energy is. As pure, steady, peaceful, chosen. If you chose to stay and love them through their brokenness, you see healing begin. Their chains fall away. You are not their savior, but your presence is a light that leads them toward wholeness. They walk beside you, no longer in silence, but in shared truth. You wake up the next morning and the world feels different. Not just because of what happened, but because of what has shifted inside you. You carry a new kind of power, earned through truth, protected by heaven. Archangel Michael says, "From this day forward, no one shall approach you with false intentions and remain hidden. Your soul has been marked with divine discernment. Darkness will tremble before your light. People around you begin to treat you differently. Strangers show unexpected kindness. Those who once looked past you suddenly notice your strength. Even your aura feels lighter, because the spiritual weight of deception has been lifted. The person who proposed, whatever the outcome, has begun their own transformation. If you accepted them, they begin to change, not because you demanded it, but because your light inspired it. They begin confessing truths to others, making amends, releasing the past. You watch their rebirth with grace, knowing that your union was not just romantic, it was divine alignment for healing across generations. If you declined their proposal, they still change. The exposure of truth breaks the pattern. They no longer seek healing through another. They begin to rebuild themselves, finally facing what they once ran from. And they will one day bless your name for saving them through truth. Even if you walked away. Archangel Michael says, "Your story has shifted the heavens." Generations before you who made wrong choices now watch in awe, as you broke the pattern. You are not just loved, you are honored by the ones who came before. Soon, your dreams shift. You begin to see new visions, a new home, a new journey, a glowing path where your feet no longer hesitate. You see a celebration, a moment in the future, where your name is spoken among angels. You have become one of those rare souls who chose life over illusion. Time passes, but you no longer fear time because your spirit now walks in timing. You've entered a divine flow. Every delay now makes sense. Every heartbreak before now feels like preparation. You are walking in the full awareness of your destiny, and there is no confusion left inside you. Even those who once doubted your worth now speak your name with reverence. Those who laughed at your path now ask you how you did it, and you don't need to speak because your life becomes the answer. Archangel Michael says, your story will echo through others. This testimony will awaken hearts who are still trapped in silence. You were chosen not only to live this, but to awaken others through it. One day, you return to the place where the proposal happened. Not by design, but by divine appointment. You sit quietly, watching people pass, and a familiar face appears, not the same, but similar. A reflection of who you once were. They are at their crossroads, unsure, trembling, confused. And you smile, because you know that heaven is now sending you to be the light. You walk toward them, place a gentle hand on their shoulder, and speak words you now understand deeply. You already know the truth. You just needed someone to say it out loud. This full circle moment completes the divine cycle. You are no longer just a seeker. You are revealed. You are no longer waiting for messages. You are the message now. Archangel Michael says, the crown on your soul shines brighter now. You are no longer waiting to be chosen. You have become the one who chooses. This is your harvest season. Love that holds no secrets will find you. Friendships that never break will surround you. Opportunities, blessings, wealth, and favor will chase you down, because the heavens honor those who walk in truth. And when people ask you how it all changed, you'll remember this. A proposal, a name, a secret finally revealed. And above it all, an angel who refused to let you walk blind. Archangel Michael says, this is only the beginning. You have passed through the fire and come out gold. Now watch what heaven pours into your life starting today. Days turn into weeks, and yet the ripple of that divine revelation never leaves your soul. Each sunrise feels like a new chapter, not just of survival but of ascension. You no longer live unaware of what moves in silence around you. Every whisper, every step, every unseen plan feels like it bends toward your favor now. Archangel Michael says, you have crossed the threshold where truth meets destiny. No shadow, no secret, no unspoken chain will ever bind you again. You walk as one who has been purified by light itself. Even your surroundings change. People who once spoke falsely around you suddenly avoid deception, as if an unseen force compels honesty in your presence. Conversations shift. Friendships deepen. The air around you feels lighter, blessed, safe. In dreams, you begin seeing doors, many of them. Some are closed, some half open, but one door shines brighter than the rest. You feel drawn toward it. Behind that door is a figure, a companion of your soul, radiating warmth, holding out a hand, waiting for you to take the next step. Archangel Michael says, this is the promise of heaven. Because you embraced truth when it was hardest, you have unlocked a future even angels marvel at. Love that does not hide, abundance that does not deceive, joy that never fades, it is all rushing toward you now. You think of the person who once knelt before you, their secrets exposed. Perhaps they now walk beside you, healed and whole, a testimony of what divine light can restore. Or perhaps they walk a different path, finally free from shadows because you chose wisdom over blind emotion. Either way, you know their life has changed because truth entered their soul like a cleansing fire. Archangel Michael says, "The heavens thank you for your courage. You did not just change one life, you shifted generations to come. A line of broken patterns has ended because you stood firm." One evening, as you rest under a starlit sky, a warm glow appears, not just around you, but stretching far beyond. It is a celestial banner, unseen to human eyes, but radiant in the spirit. Your name is Whitmanad. It glows because heaven has sealed a new covenant with you, that never again will darkness approach you unseen, that every person entering your life must carry pure intent, that no union, no promise, no bond will ever be forged in secrecy. Archangel Michael says, your discernment is now a shield. Every step you take, every decision you make, the angels will guard with swords of light. You will not be led astray, for heaven has marked you as one who walks in divine clarity. Years from now, you will look back at this day, the day truth shattered silence. You will tell your story not with pain, but with triumph. Children, friends, strangers will sit in awe as you describe how heaven stepped in, how Archangel Michael exposed deception before it ever changed your destiny. Your words will be like healing oil, pouring into wounded hearts, freeing others from silent battles they thought they had to face alone. Archangel Michael says, you are no longer just the recipient of a message, you have become a messenger of light. Through you, countless souls will be awakened to truth, and on a future day, only heaven knows when, you will walk into a gathering filled with laughter and music, a celebration prepared not by human hands, but ordained by divine timing. A person, whole and unburdened, will approach you, not with trembling fear or hidden chains, but with radiant honesty. They will take your hand, look into your eyes, and speak with a voice steady and pure. I come with nothing hidden. My heart is light. My love is free. Heaven sent me not to bind you, but to rise with you. Archangel Michael says, this is the marriage heaven intended, this is the union written in stars long before you were born. It comes now because you chose light over illusion. And as you stand in that moment of joy, every angel who watched you battle through silence will bow in honor, for you have fulfilled one of heaven's rarest victories. You walked through deception untouched, chose truth over blindness, and emerged crowned by divine favor. From that day forward, your legacy will not be of secrecy or pain. It will be of revelation, strength, and heavenly triumph. Archangel Michael says, rejoice, beloved. You are fully awake now. Nothing in heaven or earth can take what has been sealed for you. This is your eternal blessing.